Thank you, moderators. I have the cane still because in case, but as you have seen, I'm a lot better now. But in addition to that, the cane, the cane has some other purpose, and I'm starting to like it. And what a start, and thank you to the youth who have entertained us. And as Minister said, it shows the lifestyle in the Netherlands. And I would like to say maybe in respect to them, I learned one language this morning, Goedemorgen. And the minister told me many don't say it, Goedemorgen, because it has difficult sounds. But Goedemorgen to all. Goedemorgen means good morning, I think. Your Excellency, Minister Ernest Kuipers, Your Excellency, Minister Khalid Abdel Ghafer, Your Excellency, Minister Bagwan Kuba, Excellencies, Ministers, Heads of Delegation, distinguished speakers, dear colleagues and friends. It's an honor to be here, and I thank the government of the Netherlands for its leadership and collaboration in organizing this important event. This has been said by the moderators. It's the second local production forum, but the first in person, actually. The first one was virtual. The COVID-19 pandemic demonstrated the incredible power of vaccines, tests, treatments, and other medical technologies to save lives. But it also exposed the vast inequalities of our world in terms of access to those products, as Minister said. Of course, this is not the first time. When HIV emerged over 40 years ago, life-saving medicines were developed, but more than a decade passed before the world's poor got access to them. When the H1N1 influenza pandemic struck 14 years ago, vaccines were developed, but by the time the world's poor got access, the pandemic was over. This time, of course, we did better, but there are still major gaps that need to be addressed. The Access to COVID-19 Tools Accelerator and COVAX provided almost 2 billion doses of vaccine to 146 countries, as well as millions of tests, treatment courses, medical oxygen, and personal protective equipment. But narrow nationalism and hoarding by high-income countries meant that many low-income countries got too little too late. Likewise, the COVID-19 Technology Access Pool, or the CTAP, was established as an innovative platform for developers of vaccines, tests, and treatments to share their intellectual property and know-how with manufacturers in low-income countries. But as we all know, few manufacturers have been willing to participate. One of the most important lessons of the pandemic, therefore, is that manufacturing capacity for medicines, diagnostics, vaccines, and other tools is concentrated in too few countries. Expanding local production and strengthening local regulatory capacity are essential for reducing health inequities between and within countries, and not only for the pandemics of tomorrow, but to treat the diseases of today. Access to high-quality medicines is a key priority for WHO and for our member states. Since 2018, WHO has supported more than 7,000 manufacturers, regulators, and other stakeholders from over 70 countries worldwide to build their local manufacturing capacities. Of course, this work took on a renewed focus and urgency in the face of the COVID-19 pandemic. At the World Health Assembly in 2021, Member states approved a resolution for strengthening local production of medicines and other health technologies. That same year, WHO and partners established the mRNA Technology Transfer Hub in South Africa to build sustainable manufacturing capacity in low and middle-income countries for COVID-19 and other global health threats, including malaria, tuberculosis, and cancer. I would especially like to thank Afrigen Biologics and Vaccines and its CEO, Professor Petro Terblanche, and her team for their leadership and support for the mRNA Hub. The program now has, thank you. Thank you, Petro. The program now has a network of 15 country recipients around the world, including 5 in my continent, Africa. Egypt, for example, launched its mRNA program in January this year, bringing together private and public manufacturers with different areas of expertise. Egypt has also developed its national regulatory authority and has now attained WHO maturity level 3 for vaccine regulation. My congratulations to Your Excellency, Minister Gafar, on your leadership and the impressive progress you have made. Kenya is also setting up a manufacturing facility from scratch. While it's being built, the National Research Institute, KEMRI, will receive the research scale mRNA technology to advance research for new vaccines tailored to the needs of the country and the region. Of course, from Africa, many countries are doing excellent: Rwanda, Senegal, and others. Of course, I'm just bringing a few examples. In India, the technology recipient biologically is one of the most advanced of the program partners, and we have recently started expanding the Indian network to include academic institutions. We have also established the first global training hub for biomanufacturing in the Republic of Korea so that new facilities can be staffed by a skilled workforce trained in general biomanufacturing processes in an industrial-grade setting. Building on the lessons learned from the COVID-19 pandemic, we have also developed a proposal for an interim mechanism for equitable access to medical countermeasures. A commitment to local production and equitable access are also key parts of the pandemic agreement that countries are now negotiating. This second World Local Production Forum once again brings the health industry, trade, and other sectors together with manufacturers, civil societies, associations, and other key actors. We expect this forum will catalyze coordination and collective actions and partnerships with the national and regional ecosystems for technology transfer and sustainable local production. Please underline sustainable local production. There are many practical things that governments can do with the support of the WHO and other partners to foster an ecosystem for local production. Let me offer 5. First, provide an enabling environment with policies and regulations to streamline approval processes, provide incentives for local production, and ensure compliance with quality standards. Second, provide investment and funding through grants, tax incentives, or low-interest loans to encourage private sector participation in local manufacturing. Third, facilitate the exchange of knowledge and technology between the public and private sectors by promoting research collaboration and supporting the transfer of manufacturing know-how. And fourth, build the capacity of the workforce through training programs to increase quality, improve efficiency, and foster innovation. And fifth, ensure market access for local manufacturers by improving supply chain management and expanding market reach. If we can do all this, the sustainability could be guaranteed, sustainability of local production. Excellencies, dear colleagues and friends, my thanks once again to the Netherlands and to all of you for your commitment to equitable access to quality medical products for all people. WHO is committed to working with all of you to realize the vision of a healthier, safer, and fairer world for all. And I will welcome you to the second World Local Production Forum and the first in person, and wish you a successful deliberation and outcomes during the forum. And to add another Dutch, dank u wel. Thank you very much.
Dank je wel. Thank you so much, Dr. Ghebreyesus. Once more, can we have a big round of applause, everyone? Thank you so much. Thank you for those opening remarks. And I would say, let's go over to our next speaker.